Good afternoon, hockey fans. I'm Chris Durrell. I'm here for DFSR.com to bring you the first ever NHL video. What I wanted to do is just kind of navigate you through my daily hockey article, how to find my cheat sheet, and then going through the cheat sheet, show you some of the options and ways that you can use it. So, first of all, DFSR.com, here's my daily article. I go through my favorite picks of the day at each position. I try and get a player from the top tier, mid tier, and low tier at each position. And then at the bottom, I post every day the cheat sheet. So you can click here and it's going to open the cheat sheet just like my other cheat sheets. So the first is the legend. So as you see, green are going to be plays in all formats. Blue are going to be GPP only. Yellow is going to be value plays. Purple is going to be cash game only. And then players highlighted in red are obviously going to be injured. And I kind of update that throughout the day. So the next tab I always go to at the start of the day when I do my research, especially when picking out goalies, is the odds tab. So you can see the odds here, and I sort them from highest to lowest. As you can see, Montreal's the biggest favorite of the day, followed by the Maple Leafs, Tampa Bay, Los Angeles, and San Jose are the biggest favorites. And then obviously when you go position by position here, like you go to the goalie tab, and you can see goalies that are confirmed have the Y for yes, and they're colored in orange beside them. So I also update that through the day. Shows you the odds here, their DK and FanDuel price, the percent of the salary cap that they're going to cost you, and then I've got their updated stats for the season as well as their team and opponent ranks. So when looking at those, for instance, say Jonathan Quick, they're the number 2. LA is the number 2 ranked offense in the league right now. Boston is the 25th ranked defense, so that's a difference of plus 23, so that's why that's green and color coded in column T here. Same with the power play and penalty kill. For goalies, I've got the team's penalty kill ranking versus the opponent's power play. When you get over into the forward positions and defense positions, you'll see that it's the team power play rank versus the opponent penalty kill rank, and then the same thing with team offense and defense here. For players on their stats, we've got games played, goals, assist points, power play points, plus minus, which is pretty irrelevant, but then we've got shots per game calculated, time on ice per game, and blocks per game. So that's something to definitely pay attention to. We've got injury designations over here to the right. And then on defense, that's where the blocks really come in, because for value defensemen, that's kind of what I look at when down in the 5 tier less. Like you can see Jacob Trouba, he's got a nice balance, 2.4 shots per game and 2.3 blocks per game and getting over 22 minutes. So that's why I've kind of got him labeled there as a value defenseman. Something else you will notice here, I just added this the other day, is my top stack. So I kind of list the team, line 1, line 2, power play, designation, just letting you know which line they are, and then the players on those teams that I'm going to use. I'm going to be adding a little bit more to these stacks in the future, but for now, this is what I've got. These are my top stacks of the night. I've got the DK price, the FanDuel price tab. And then this is my import over here for the player stats. So if you want to search any player or any of the stats that I don't show in the individual positions there, what you can do is on this player stats page or goalie stats, hit Control F and it's going to bring up your search bar. So for instance, I wanted to find, say, Dylan Larkin. Just type in Larkin. It's going to bring you down here. It's going to show you all of his stats, and then all the way to the right in yellow there, that's a special combination. I've got that set up so it can show you power play points, shots per game, time on ice, and the blocks that I showed you before. And then under Team Stats tab, that is where we're going to find each team's individual stats. Now, I don't have the headers up here right now. I will work on that for you. I'll get those up. But it's pretty much an import from ESPN, just showing, team by team rankings. Okay, so going back to goalies, my top goalies today, obviously Andrei Vasilevsky is going to be my top one. They're minus 175 favorites facing Dallas. Dallas has struggled on the road this year. I believe they're 3-6-1 and only scoring about right at 2.5 goals per game. So he's going to be my top play there at goalie. Second, I do like Jonathan Quick. Same thing with Boston. They've struggled on the road. Quick has been pretty amazing, and as you can see, they've got the number 1 penalty kill in the league right now, and they've also got the number 2 defense, while Boston's 25th in offense. I got that wrong before, but we've got defense and then offense here, so it's a plus 23 there for Jonathan Quick. Another guy I like, Charlie Lindgren. He's going to be making his 6th straight start tonight, but he's the biggest favorite of the night, minus 210. He's been outstanding, filling in for Carey Price. He has not allowed more than 2 goals in a game yet, so he's got some hard luck losses in there, but he's been tremendous, as you can see here. 957 save percentage and a 139 goals against average is pretty good. So if Montreal will be able to get some offense tonight on Arizona, Arizona's ranked dead last in offense and defense this year, so they should be able to score some goals. I'm pretty sure they're only going to need 3 goals to be able to get the win for Lindgren. Martin Jones is in a good spot, minus 170 favorite. He's confirmed as well. Jacob Markstrom kind of getting into the GPP range here. Markstrom, Murray, and Corey Schneider. I like for GPPs. They're going to save you a little bit of money on DraftKings in that mid 7K range down to the low 7K range. Jumping over to the centers, my favorite play tonight, Steven Stamkos. He was in the article. He's the headliner of the article. Leads the league in points with 31. He's getting over 3 shots per game, so he gives you a nice floor there as well. And Tampa's got the number 1 offense and number 1 power play in the league. So stacking him with Kucherov and Nemestikov is also my top stack as well. As you can see over here, Tampa Bay 1. GPP, I like Malkin and Crosby. The offense has been struggling a little bit, but the power play is top 5 in the league, as you can see here, versus Ottawa, who's down in the league 21st in penalty kill. And I also believe that Ottawa is taking, I think they're in the top 10, maybe even the top 5 in penalty minutes per game. Anze Kopitar, I really like for cash games. I would use him in all formats, but I like his price under 7,000, kind of getting you going for your cash games. A little bit more of a balanced lineup that way. He's a little bit under 3 shots per game, but he's getting over 22.5 minutes, and it's a good matchup versus Boston. And then just these are some of my other guys. Nugent Hopkins, I really like the value with him in the mid 5K range. He's been red hot lately. I think he's got 11 points in his last 10 games, and he's averaging just over 3 shots per game. He gets about 18 minutes of ice time, and with teams putting a lot of emphasis on shutting down McDavid in the top line, it really opens up Hopkins on the second line there. Backstrom and Kuznetsov, I like more as GPP plays with Washington. Washington's kind of been up and down with their offense. As you can see, they're ranked 18th overall versus they are facing 27th ranked defense in Colorado, which is nice to see. So those are more of my GPP plays at center. The wingers, of course, we've got Kucherov, talked about him. Tarasenko's my number 1 winger tonight in all formats. He is averaging, 4.3 shots per game for the season, 4.8 over his last 10 games. He provides everything all around that you could look for when you're paying up for a player like that. Blake Wheeler makes a nice GPP play versus Philly. Philly's defense has been pretty good, 5th overall, as you can see here. But their penalty kill's been lacking a little bit, and Wheeler has been red hot. He's top 5 in the league in points overall, and getting right around that 3 shots per game and over 20 minutes of ice time, which is nice to see. Taylor Hall's on my list tonight as one of my top plays. He's facing a Toronto team that's 24th in defense. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams have top 5 offenses and bottom 20 defenses, so I think it could definitely hit the over. I believe the over-under in that game is set at 6 right now, and the favorite might even be the over at the moment. Mike Hoffman I always like. His shot volume is up there, 3.6 per game, and he's getting almost 19 minutes per game. It's number 3 offense in Ottawa, and Pittsburgh's defense has been lacking this season, and they also get an advantage when you look at power play versus penalty kill. Schwartz is going to be an option. I will pair with Tarasenko. They're on the same line, and Braden Shen. That's another one of my top stacks. For GPPs, Philly's offense is kind of, it's as you can see, it's ranked 23rd here. Winnipeg's been pretty good on defense, so that's why they got them as GPP play. But Giroux, Couturier, the top line there, Giroux, Couturier, and Voracek have been one of the top line pairings, line stacks all season. They have a lot of upside, and they play together on the power play as well, so you can really capitalize when the Flyers do go off if you have all 3. Patrick Hornquist is a play I will use in all formats tonight. He's under 6K. He did drop down to the 3rd line, but he has elite shots, and he's one of those forwards, one of the few forwards, I think there's maybe only 10 in the league, that block over a shot a game, And the good thing about him, pairing him with, like, say, a Malkin who's on the second line, is they go together on the top power play line for Pittsburgh, which ranks top 5. He joins Crosby and Kessel. And like I said, Malkin as well, and Letang, that's Pittsburgh's #1 power play unit, so I think that makes sense as well. Connor Sheary I got as a value play. He plays with Hornquist on the third line. Gensel's a value play as well. I think he's back up on the first line with Pittsburgh. Haven't seen their morning skate information yet today. And then, of course, some more guys down here at the bottom. Tampa's in a good spot. Gord's been playing the second line with Braden Point. Gallagher, he's down on the third line, but like I said, Montreal's in a nice spot tonight against Arizona. And then Tanner Pearson, he gets some nice shot volume. I think you can use him in all formats against Boston. And I also like stacking him with Tyler Toffoli and Adrian Kempe as a line stack for the Kings. Jumping over to defense. With all the top forwards tonight, I'm more inclined to go value with my defensemen, but if you're looking at GPPs, Carlson, Pietrangelo, Hedman, Weber, and John Carlson are going to be my top guys for GPPs. They all got big upside, and they're all in good spots tonight. For the value guys, I like Jacob Trouba. Like I said, he averages right around 2.5 shots and blocks per game with 22 minutes of ice time. Alec Martinez is more of a cash game play for me. He is averaging over 3 blocks per game. He doesn't have a lot of upside. He's only got 4 points in 15 games, but he is getting over 25 minutes. Same kind of deal with Johnny Boychuk with limited upside, but he's averaging almost 3 shots and then 2.5 blocks per game, getting over 20 minutes of ice time as well. Eric Johnson kind of in the same boat. A lot of these guys down here have limited upside, but they are good cash game value plays just because of their shots or blocks, sometimes both. Joel Edmondson is usually my top guy. He's only got 7 points on the season, but 6 have come in the last 10 games, and he's averaging just shy of 3 blocks per game. He leads the league with, I believe, 56 on the season. So yeah, that's pretty much the sheet. If you've got any questions, definitely jump over into my article on DFSR.com. Leave a comment here or join me in the chat. Normally talking NHL in the regular chat room here pretty much all day, especially the hour before lock. And to find the cheat sheet every day, if for some reason it's not posted in the article in the comments, I always post it in the NHL chat room. So if you click on the menu here at the bottom and then chat, and then we've got an NHL, PGA, NASCAR chat. Those are kind of the niche sports that I cover. I provide cheat sheets for, and they are going to be in here. So we got someone asking no cheat sheet today, posted in comments of article. So you can ask me questions there as well, but this is kind of a place I've been using to provide the cheat sheets, and it's easier to find than scrolling through the chat because it's very NBA heavy right now and NFL heavy when it gets closer to the weekends in the public chat room, but you can definitely join me in either one. Thanks again for watching the video, for reading my content, for leaving comments, liking the video, subscribing to my channel, all that kind of good stuff. Like I said, if you got any questions, join me in chat. Hit me up in the comments of the video for sure. I also got a Twitter account at Jaeger_bombs9. I usually post a lot of my favorite plays as well as confirm goalies as they come in as well. So if you can't get to the cheat sheet during the day, check out my Twitter account. I'm always posting the goalies on there as well. Thanks again, and let's see some green screens tonight. Good luck, everyone.